Good morning, students. Today is 12th August 2020. I am going to take an English class for you, 11th standard. Forgetting. This is a continuation of the same lesson. Yesterday, I explained half of the lesson. Now see the next part. Today's topic, main point here, about the author's walking stick, about the sportsman, about the anglers, about the great poets, writers, music composers, philosopher, and about the statesman. This is the forgetting lesson. Yesterday, I completed up to where the author was posting the letter and he himself forgot to post the letter. Now again, there is another problem with the author. He leaves some articles in train and taxis. What is the article that he forgets? He says that he can remember almost anything except books and walking sticks. While traveling, lot of things he carries along with him, but he forgets his books and walking sticks. Sometimes he can remember his books, but he finds impossible to keep walking sticks. He has an old-fashioned taste for them and he buys them frequently. What does the author buy frequently? He often buys walking stick. But when he pays a visit to a friend's house or goes journey in a train, then it will be sure that another stick is going to be lost. It will be difficult to go through life without losing an umbrella. Now see, he says that unlike others, he too also forgets. There is no such fault in him. He's not a culprit. He's not a culprit. Now, he talks about the great sports personality. Lynn tells that few of us have lost much property on our travels through forgetfulness. Compared to ordinary people, sportsmen have worse memories. Sportsmen have worse memories. A considerable number of footballs and cricket bats are forgotten by them. See? After winning the game, they are returning back to their native place. So they are very happy. Their heart and mind and soul is filled with the imagination of what? With a vision of playing the field. They are discussing, they are talking, chatting about how they bowled, how they batted, how they took wickets. And when they get down, they forget their bats and footballs. They do not pay attention to what is happening in outside. They are just so happy thinking of their heroic shot. Memories prevent them from remembering small dull things like taking the ball or bat with them when they alight from the train. Now see here, he discusses about the anglers. They are the citizens of dreamland for the rest of the day. See here, they are the citizens of dreamland for the rest of the day. While fishing, they won't think of any outside world. They are totally submerged in the water, thinking of the sport, that is fishing. The anglers who forget their fishing rods are also immersed in their dreams. They are the most imaginative men. The fishing rod of reality is forgotten by them as they daydream over the fears of the fishing rod of utopia. Their memory loss is a tribute for their thinking about their day's sport. See here, they are totally immersed in fishing. So when they return, they too also forget to take their fishing rod. As the author forget to post a letter to take his walking stick, in the same way these anglers also forget to take their fishing rods. Another remark is that the author says that such absent-mindedness is a virtue, since these people have no time to remember the mediocre and are making their best of lives. See here, they don't have time to think of any outside world again. They're just bothered about the talks, the writings, everything. Socrates, who was a great Greek philosopher, and S.T. Coleridge, who was a great English poet, were absent-minded. And now see, the great writers, the great music composers of music have exceptional power of memory. What does the author says? A man who has a perfect remembering machine is rarely a man of intelligence. A man who is a perfect remembering machine is rarely a man of intelligence. There are various cases to prove that children or men who had excellent memories but they had no intellect. Many great writers, great music composers of music have exceptional powers of memory. Memory is half the substance of their art. The author says memory is half the substance of their heart. Now see the picture. On the other hand, the author says about statesmen. These statesmen have extraordinarily bad memories. These statesmen have extraordinarily bad memories. If you ask two statesmen to recall a same event at a cabinet meeting, each of them will tell the other's story is wrong. See here? What does the author says here? If you ask two politicians to recall a same event at a cabinet meeting, each of them will tell the other's story wrong. Often, the fact in the autobiographies and speeches of statesmen are challenged. See here, when these statesmen give any public addressing the public, they challenge it and talk so loudly as if they are going to do it now. See here, it shows they have very poor memory. if we ask anything next time, what they have challenged, what they have said, they will forget. That's why the author says it shows that they have very poor memory. In this way, the author remarks that the world has not yet produced ideal statesmen who have the combination of genuine genius, memory and intellect. See here, in this way the author remarks that the world has not yet produced ideal statesmen who have the combination of genius, memory and intellect. Thank you, students.